We welcome all our viewers to today's edition of Money Moves. I am Melissa Enoch here at the FMDQ studios.
And I am Grace Agbaragu. It's Thursday, the 28th of August. We thank you for joining us on the show.
All right, then let's begin in Egypt. Egypt's Suez Canal Economic Zone has signed two new investment deals worth $11 million with German and Greek companies to boost industrial activity in the Kantara West Zone. German outdoor furniture maker Sun Garden will invest $7 million in a 30,000 square meter project, creating 500 jobs and exporting 90% of output, marking the first German industrial investment in the area. Greek company Morphe will invest $4 million to establish the Marinero garment factory on 7,000 square meters, providing 1,000 jobs and exporting 70% of its production. The Suez Canal chair, Walid Gamal Eldin, said the projects reflect growing foreign confidence and laid the groundwork for deeper partnerships. In mining news, Emirates Global Aluminum is shutting down its bauxite mining operations in Guinea after the government seized its assets, ending a long-running dispute over the company's failure to build a local refinery. The Guinea Alumina Corporation unit is terminating all staff and contracts, with the state assuming full control of the site from Friday. The move is a game changer for the global bauxite market as Guinea, the world's top producer, consolidates direct control over a key source of aluminum raw materials. In earnings news, South Africa's biggest gold producer, Harmony Gold, has posted a 26% rise in annual profit, with headline earnings per share jumping to 23.37 rand for the year ended June 30, 2025, compared with 18.52 rand last year. The strong performance was driven by a 27% surge in average gold prices and better grades at its South African mines, which helped offset a 5% decline in production to 1.48 million ounces, down from 1.56 million ounces a year earlier. The company declared a dividend of 1.55 rand per share. In other news, Zambia is hosting the Southern Africa Regional Electricity Summit in Lusaka. The summit focuses on integration, regulatory reform, and strategies to build a resilient and sustainable energy sector within SADC. Let's take a listen.
Renewables must not just reduce energy bills, they must create industries, jobs, and competitive exports. Speaking to the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, this is more than just a market. It is a platform for industrial strategy. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area is too often described as a platform for liberalizing trade. We see it differently. It is a continental industrial strategy, an opportunity to harmonize standards, pool demands, and scale markets big enough to justify investment in African manufacturing of renewable technologies and other products. If each country acts alone, we are too small to matter to global suppliers. If we act as one continent, a market of 1.4 billion plus people, then Africa can set the terms, not just.
In Uganda, Airtel Uganda Limited reported a profit after tax of 228.6 billion Ugandan shillings for the 6 months to June 2025, slightly up from 226.9 billion shillings recorded in the same period last year. Total income grew to 1.084 trillion shillings from 1.062 trillion shillings. The telecom attributed its performance to strong customer growth, improved network experience, and a focus on digital and financial services. An interim dividend of 4.35 shillings per share, amounting 174 billion shillings, was declared. In the meantime, Airtel Uganda announced the appointment of Niraj Jain and Alice Wangari Kariuki as new non-executive directors effective August 27, 2025. They replaced Alok Bafna and Ramakrishna Lela, who stepped down from the board. In exchange news, Nairobi Securities Exchange reported a profit after tax of 177.5 million shillings for the 6 months to June 2025, up from 151.6 million shillings a year earlier. Operating income rose 12.4% to 512.1 million shillings, while total income grew 11.3% to 529.7 million shillings. The exchange said the strong performance was supported by higher equity turnover, improved bond trading volumes, and increased investor participation, with bond turnover surging 78% to 13.1 billion shillings. NSE declared an interim dividend of 0.20 shillings per share, in line with its profit growth and positive outlook. Finally, on News Now, Access Holdings PLC has appointed Innocent Ike as a full-time group managing director / chief executive officer effective August 29, 2025, following regulatory approval. Ike succeeds Bolaji Agbade, who led the company as acting GMD / CEO for 18 months, driving key milestones, including the 351 billion naira rights issue and ensuring stability after the demise of the former CEO. Agbade will revert to her role as Executive Director, Business Support. A former CEO of Polaris Bank and a veteran with over 3 decades in banking, Ike brings extensive experience from Access Bank and the broader financial sector. I am Melissa Enoch, and that's it for News Now. Stick around for our markets round coming up just after the break with Grace at the FMDQ Archives Room. Welcome back to Money Moves, and thank you very much for sticking with us. Let's now go over to Grace for today's markets review. Hello there, Grace.
Thank you, Melissa. Let's track today's markets, beginning with equities as usual. Here in Nigeria, the NGX All-Share Index was down 0.49%. The BROVM in Abidjan advanced 0.29%. Casablanca's MASI weakened 0.37%, while in South Africa, the JSE was down 0.19%. Let's do a quick round on some of the Pan-African currencies. The rand eased 0.39% to 17.64 per dollar, while the Egyptian pound was down 0.04%. The CFA franc gained 0.21%, with the Kenyan shilling steady at 129.20. Meanwhile, the Moroccan dirham gained 0.38%, and the naira was down 0.13% at 1,536.93 on the official market. Let's switch to the commodities data deck, beginning with energy prices. Brent crude slipped 0.16%, while US WTI lost 0.14%. Natural gas slid 0.80%, and RBOB gasoline also fell 0.36%. Finally, to metal prices, gold fell 0.51%, while copper rose 0.46%. Platinum gained 0.62%, but aluminium slipped 0.37%. Iron ore inched 0.06%, and that is as of 12:34 GMT. And that's our market round today. Over to you, Melissa.
Thank you very much, Grace, for those market updates. And that's it on today's edition of Money Moves. From all of us here at the FMDQ studios, we say thank you for watching and bye for now.